So, if I told you you need to do some wash, what's your reaction? My reaction is I ain't trying to do no wash today or tomorrow or any day, but I'm not talking about laundry. This is a whole nother process when we talk about wash. And if the truth be told, it may be harder to do the wash that I'm talking about than that pile of clothes over there. So what am I talking about? Well, Maisha House is going to tell us because she has written a book and it's entitled Wash. W period A period S period H. Welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate you having me.
What does WASH mean?
So WASH stands for Withstand All Strife to Heal. And then the subtitle is Time to Do Your Laundry. And your is capitalized. So it's time to look at yourself. Although other people may have impacted some of the things you've gone through, but it's time for you to do your laundry. And the title being Wash, Withstand All Strife to Heal, because I think sometimes we're conditioned to withstand the strife that we endure, but it's time to move past that.
I was going to say, but the heal is the key word there.
Absolutely.
So, as I said in that introduction, sometimes what we're talking about here is hard work. We don't want to confront that strife, and we don't know how to heal.
Right, right. So my hope is that in this book, and because I'm taking you literally through something familiar, like washing your clothes, and so the book actually correlates that process. So just like the first thing you have to do is you look at your hamper is spilling over, clothes are coming out, you know it's time to do your laundry. That's similar, that happens with you. Some of those things build up inside, they begin to spill out, begin to impact things around you. You know it's time to do some things inside and some work and do some cleaning inside. So my hope is that because I literally walk you through a familiar process, similar to washing your clothes, that you'll be able to relate to some of those things. And I use life experiences as well.
So when you talk about my hamper being full and spilling over, what are we talking about? Are we talking about I'm snapping, but I don't know why? I'm frustrated, but I don't know why. I'm drinking too much.
Absolutely.
All of those things.
All of those things. Some of those things that you've experienced, some of the trauma, some of the loss, some of the hurt, some of the guilt, those things that you start to spill out onto your relationships with other people. So yes, you may be snapping. You might go into what I call an isolated slumber, where you are sleeping a lot. You're not resting, you're just sleeping because you want to get away from those things that are, you know, holding you down. So yes, all of those things that you're talking about begin to affect you and then begin to affect the people outside.
And then these are often things that are happening, but we don't want to really acknowledge something ain't right. Something's not right with me.
Right, right, right. And so that's part of the process, you know, acknowledging, and that's part of the preparation stage. So when you look at chapter 3, before you hit start, before you get ready to wash your clothes, before you get ready to heal yourself, you have to prepare for that. And it's hard. It's a hard process, and I think that if you look at the finish line, where you'll be a better person, you'll be a more productive person, you'll be healthier for the people around you and for yourself, it's worth it.
Now, what is it about this process? Because we can look at somebody else and say, girl, something's not right with you. I don't know what it is, but you're off. We can see it in other people a lot easier and faster than we can see it in ourselves.
Absolutely. And so I talk about that in the book. I talk about how it's easy for us to point out everyone else's thing that they have going on, but it's time to look at yourself. And so the process of the book, because it walks you through step by step, when you get to that stage, when you're hitting start, you're now ready to recognize those things in yourself. So yeah, it's easy to look at everybody else. Yeah, it really is. It is.
I'm going to come back to the steps in just a minute, but I want to back up. How is it you came to write this book?
Yeah, so some years ago, I was working at a halfway house for women. And one of the women, she came into my office and she was upset. She was just really frustrated. And she said to me, she didn't understand why now, after 3 or 4 months in our program of being clean and doing well, did she have to go to court? And so just off the cuff, I said, well, it's kind of like when you're washing your clothes. you have to go through that agitation stage in order to get clean. And this is your agitation stage. You can't move forward. You have to deal with the wreckage of your past. And, you know, we both sat there for a minute and she accepted it. She went on, you know, to court. But then after she left, I thought about it and I said, that's a thing. That's something right there. And so throughout the years, I just started thinking about the literal process, step by step, and how that can apply to your life. So
Now, you hadn't written a book before.
never. This is my first book.
And how much of you is this book?
Oh, all of it.
So you've had that agitation stage, you've had that hamper overflow.
Listen, all of it. And because I've had it, I recognize some of the things, you know, that you can do to go through the process. And I'm not done. You know, doing laundry is a process that has to repeat itself. So, you know, but for me, I recognize that once you go through it, you now have the tools to know how to deal with it in the future, you know.
And is it different for women?
And so I do think it's my intention, you know, with the book was not for it to be geared to women, but naturally, because I'm a woman and I speak sometimes from a woman's perspective, some of it may seem like that, but I think men have to do laundry too. And if they're not doing the laundry, they still have clothes that get dirty. So at some point, their things have to be clean. And I think what we have to look at is that a lot of times men are taught to not have to deal with those things and go through those things.
Say we kind of address those things a little differently.
Yeah.
Okay, so the book is out now. You have a book signing coming up.
Yes.
We left off. Yeah, we haven't finished the laundry yet. We're going to do all that when the Lynn Hayes Freeland Show continues. So don't go away. We got laundry to do. Stick around.